TNT can be incredibly difficult to get. It takes 4 sand to get, and also 5 gunpowder, and you place it in the crafting table in this configuration here. However, in Minecraft, there is a way to duplicate TNT. Now, there is some debate as to whether this should still be in the game or not. It's currently in the game, so I'm going to show off how to do it. Now, unlike normal item duplication, you can't actually keep anything that TNT you can't exactly pick up a lit piece of TNT. That's not possible, so it doesn't really help you out with that. But it does help with some farms, and in some cases, help with other things. So, let's jump straight into it. This here is your normal TNT duplicator. It essentially has this kind of layout here, so you have 3 blocks in an L here, and then around here, 3 slime blocks in another L, followed by a piston. On top of this block here is a detector rail. This is a detector rail with a minecart on top of it, and underneath that is a piece of TNT. You've also got a cobblestone wall here and the coral fan. And essentially, when I flick this lever, you can see that when it moves forward, as in the minecart is pushed, what is this? Out that way, it duplicates the TNT. So I can flick this over and over and over again, and it'll just keep duplicating the TNT. This is essentially how every single TNT duplicator you've ever seen since Minecraft 1.13 came out will work. It has something to do with the coral fan and the cobblestone wall here. I'm not exactly sure how it works. However, I do know that it does, and I know that it can be applied to different purposes. And as you can see, just by me flicking this lever here, it's created a quite sizable hole all the way down to the bedrock. However, you can see here that I've managed to dig out a bit of a channel. And that's where this flying machine TNT duper comes in. Essentially, this is what is known as a world eater, and this base bit here is the same. But what I've done is I've just slapped a flying machine here. So you might recognize from one of my previous videos, an observer piston set up like this with some slime blocks under here constitutes a flying machine. So if I just break this redstone block, it sends it off. And as you can see, it just drops TNT. I've then set up this thing over here, which essentially just sends it back when it reaches this end of the line. The purple wool on that side also will turn around and set it back, and once that purple wool is permanently powered, it will stop moving. But as you can see, it will drop TNT constantly, only when it's moving this way, but it digs out a pretty sizable channel. As you can see, the TNT is reaching right down to the bottom. It can fall about 90 blocks or so, thereabouts, all the way down to the bottom of the world. So that's how far the TNT can be dropped. But as you can see, this thing could run for infinity. It's relatively stable so long as you don't deload the chunks. If you're going to deload the chunks, get a block of redstone like so, or just power this redstone line in any way that you want. Wait for it to come right back here. If it'll come back quickly. Wait for it to come right back to here, and it will stop. However, you can't exactly just place all these blocks in this order, because if I just break this one real quick, if I just place the TNT there, it's going to get lit, because this detector rail on top is powering the slime block. So, over here I've set up a little demonstration for how to build this. So, essentially, the first step is to build a small contraption like this, cobblestone wall in this position, with the coral fan underneath it and TNT next to the coral fan, and then setting up the slime blocks in this L shape here. Pretty simple. I'll just fly around it a little bit to show you guys what it looks like. Here we go. The next step, that's step 1. Step 2 is to build this contraption. Now this is just 3 slime blocks in an L like so, with this being a detector rail, this being a just being a minecart, sorry, but it has been set back 1 block from the TNT. This is essentially so that the TNT isn't powered by the minecart on top of it, and this is to basically so that the TNT just doesn't drop off like I was doing over there. Now, the next step is to put a piston on the back of it here. Now, this is the exact same setup. It's just got a piston on the back, and you just push the piston and then pull it back. And now you have a working TNT duper. Now, the reason that this works is because the TNT doesn't actually update, the game doesn't detect that it's powered when it gets pulled back across. Oh, sorry, when this top area gets pushed across. The game doesn't detect the update because it detects its own wall updating and this coral fan updating. So, now you have a working TNT duper, and you can essentially just keep making TNT all day. All day. You can see, I just How did you get over there? I just made a massive mess. Just like with this one here. Wait, hang on. Oh, there's no minecart. The other thing is, actually, I think this is a demonstration for what happens if you just do it normally. So, here I've put together the entire contraption as per normal. If I put this minecart up here, it just lights the TNT. You have to push it across with that piston. Once you push it across with the piston, you can do whatever you want with it. You can put it into a flying machine. You can attach it to an observer clock like so. So if I put observers like this, you can see that it just duplicates TNT on its own. Pretty simple to put together. It just takes a bit of getting used to, and you have to follow that exact you have to follow that that method, I guess. You can't build them normally. Placing TNT under here, placing the TNT under here, just lights it. If this minecart's gone, place the TNT, place the minecart, it breaks. So you have to push it across with that piston. But once it's been set up, it's pretty easy to keep. It's a pretty stable contraption. You know, it's not too difficult. Now, I'm not sure who the first person to put this together was. It definitely wasn't me. I'm also not the first person to put together videos on how these work. If you can find it, find the original creator of this method of TNT duplication, please leave it in the comments below. But thank you all very much for watching. This has been a pretty short one. I put it together because I actually need one of these world eaters, that's what they're called. I need a world eater for the Argus SMP. So I thought I'd put this video together while I have been testing over yonder. It's out of sight, so I don't spoil anything. But while I have been testing these flying machines to make sure that, well, they work and the design I've come up with is functional and will not crash the game. So, essentially, that's all I've got time for in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more stuff from me, I mentioned my Argus series. We're going to start building a base there soon. Minor spoiler, but that's okay. We're going to start building a base there soon, so if you want to take a look at that, subscribe to the channel. I publish a video every 4 days. But with that, that's all I've got time for. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.